What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at inform Cancelo. He is the 85 right mid for Man City. He has moved up into more of a midfielder position over his right back, and it's kind of good for him, and I feel like this would be the better solution. He has still got to go against Bernardo Silva, another Portuguese right wing, obviously is higher rated than this inform, but in terms of going against Walker, even as a gold card, I just don't think he's going to be able to do it. Cancelo is now a right mid. He has got a team at a group stage, which is a right back at 86. So let me know down below, what would you prefer, Cancelo at right mid or right back? Let me know down below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get into the review. So we have got Cancelo here. He is a 4-star skiller with the 3-star weak foot. Unfortunately, he is as well right-footed, 6 foot tall, with a high attacking work rate and a medium defensive. And in terms of stats, they're good. They're average. It's a Premier League inform. They're always going to do well. He's 85 rated. We have got a brand new base or mid icon pack out, so he's always going to be a bit inflated, and more than likely will drop down to a realistic price. Probably, I'd say anywhere from 30 to 50k in my opinion. Obviously we have got headliners coming, so there's going to be lightning rounds, and we have got rewards coming this morning. Technically it's like 2 AM recording this, so we have got them coming this morning, so he will drop down. I feel like he'll be one in quite a lot of red picks. I feel like a lot of people will get him. 85 rated, it gives you that kind of just enough in a red pick, but not quite who you want. You want a Rashford on the other side. You don't want Cancelo on this one. But in terms of stats then, 88 pace, I'd say that's pretty good. It's not bad. 70 shooting, could do with some work. It's average. It's good for a right mid in terms of coming from a right back to a right mid, but it's not really going to get you too many goals with 62 finishing. Passing wise, again, it's probably hanging around more average than higher than average. Dribbling's quite nice, 80 agility balance. We have got the 84 composure and 87 dribbling with the 86 ball control. I'd say that's pretty good. It's definitely above average on that one. We have got 80 defending, which is predominantly what he should have anyway. He was a right back, so I can imagine he keeps that defensive style. So quite a nice actual right mid. Whereas a right wing, I think I would prefer Bernardo still. Whereas I think as a right mid who comes back and defends as well, kind of creates almost like a 5 at the back. I feel like he'll do well at that role and give you that defensive option to kind of go forward with him or actually defend with him. And then the physical side of him doesn't really have much. He has the stamina, which is perfect, but no strength and very little aggression, so that for me is below average in terms of the stats. Chemistry style wise, we are looking at a anchor, finisher, gladiator or backbone. We'll have a look at them at the end of the review so you can actually see them on the screen. For me, I'd probably go with finisher, but I can see why people do go anchor, because they probably are taking that right back out and putting him into like a CDM or something, or into right mid if you kind of choose to. I think Lala is a great example for a right mid that could definitely play right back as well and is a cracking card. But in terms of Cancelo, I feel like he's just going to go by the waistline. I feel like he definitely needs a couple more for him to be even considered in use, because at the minute you've got Bernardo Silva as a right wing, or even a Mahrez, and then you've got a Walker as a right back. At the minute he's in no man's land for Man City in terms of FIFA cards. But anyway, let's get into some gameplay and see how we did at right mid. So playing him at right mid, we did try and have to force it down a little bit. That is something that I will say straight off the bat. He doesn't necessarily get involved too much, and I think it's because predominantly I do favour the left hand side, because normally in my team the left hand side is better, so it is annoying that I kind of just naturally fall to it and I have to kind of force it down there, and sometimes it's not great. Sometimes when you force it, the opponent can read it quite easily. We see it numerous times where they just know where you're going. If you're trying to use one player, they'll just mark that player out of the game. And what I do like with some reviews is some of the players can outwit that. Even if they are trying to mark that one player, they still manage to get the ball, they still manage to do the business. Cancelo for me is a bang average player, unfortunately. We have got other right mids in the Premier League for right mid now, but it would have been a very nice card to add to that collection as someone who can defend and attack at the same time. But for me, I just don't think he's worth it, in my opinion. We saw a bit of him. He's got a little dribble on him. He's not terrible at that. And if you come up against the big defences, he's really just going to crumble. And I don't feel like he's got it in him, because he is going to be going against Fulan Mendy pretty much every game. And if not him, maybe a showdown Acuna, who's 88 rated. You just don't. I just don't think he's going to be able to cope, in my opinion, with him. You can go against other players, but predominantly everyone has Mendy. So if we do take a look at his overall, then, like I said, if we do have a quick look at Anchor, that is going to give him a 88 right back, which is always nice, an 85 right mid. It kind of clearly shows where this card is designed to be. He is a right back, and if there is a right back that can go right mid, or you vice versa, right back that can go CDM, the CDM can go right mid, or a CM goes right mid, you can do it that way. And I think it would work if you have got someone like that, like a Mukiele, like a... trying to think of any other right backs that are absolute class. We have got, I suppose, a Bellerin, a Zambrata can definitely go in a CDM. You've got Zanetti, who is actually a CDM, but you can get him at right back. Carlos Alberto, you could try him out there. I feel like there is plenty of options for you to kind of move the team around, and it's one thing I do like with these position changes. I know this one specifically is in real life games that he is playing more right mid, but for me, I think FIFA stats wise, he definitely suits a right back more. His 2-bang average to be going on and attacking very, very high players, and I just think he's going to get swamped in foot champs, in rivals. He's going to get overwhelmed, and that is not what you need in your team. In terms of other players, and if we do have a quick look on right mids, I probably can tell you, but I like to kind of show at the same time. So if we look at right mids here, Salah's probably your number one choice. He's a good card. Personally, I haven't used him extensively. I've kind of briefly used him for a couple of games, and I liked him. I used his road to the final. Haven't really used his gold card yet, but he is on the similar list. We have got the Lucas team of the group stage, who is it is team of the group stage, I think. It might be. It's an SBC, but he is a nice card. Fast, very good on the ball, nice dribbling. Shooting is a bit average, but overall a nice card. And he is the kind of speed demon with the dribbling that passes inside. That's what I like him for. We have got Inform Mahrez, who I used for a little bit. Again, not the greatest player. I like him more in a cam role. I feel like he's not as fast, which means I need him kind of like in the middle with his dribbling technique and kind of getting past players like that. Then we have Bernardo Silva, Rafinha, we have Pepe. We have so many options above Cancelo for me. There's like, he's in the top 8 at best. I wouldn't say he's in the top 5, and I think there is still players like, even like a Bale, I feel would be better, even though Bale really is only an 83, he's not really gone up anymore, but I feel like he is more of a right mid, right wing. So as a right back, there is plenty more option for him, as we can see. Trent personally isn't it for me this year. I like him more as a CDM, if I'm all honest. We have got obviously his right back Cancelo, who is 140k, so not really that much more, and you can get an extra rating out of him that can be increased. Then we have Pereira. Not really used him, can't really imagine him to be any better. Walker is obviously outstanding. Bellerin was free, so he is definitely top of the pile for me. And then we have Semedo, who unfortunately again hasn't had much of an impact in terms of in-game performances, which leads him to more special cards. So the server has stopped on Footbin, whatever reason, it must be going down, but unfortunately for me, Cancelo isn't just it. I've given him a 6.8 and I'm being pretty generous there. I may even drop it down in terms of the spreadsheet depending on how I rate other right mid, right backs, but overall okay player, nothing too special. Let me know down below what you think. Who would you use as right mid and right back from the Premier League? Apart from that, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.